So you think buying a home is exciting, right? But when you think about it, guys, this is a very overwhelming process because you're going to have so many options, budgets, locations to consider. So how do you even start? Hey, good evening and thank you for watching my video for this week. Please hit the like and subscribe button for more of these videos. But what I'm going to be doing over the next 6 weeks is breaking down the home buying process into 6 essential steps. And this week we're focused on the home buying goals so you can make the most informed decision. And look, this is for whether you're a first-time buyer or maybe you're upgrading to the dream home. These tips will help you get a clear vision on what you need and what you can actually afford. But also, guys, stick around to the end because I'm going to give you a pro tip that can potentially save you thousands in the long run. So let's dive in. So first things first is that you need to define why you are purchasing a home. What is your purpose? Because before you even start looking at homes, obviously you need to ask yourself, why am I buying a home? Because what this is going to lead to is different people look for different things. So maybe you're looking for a starter home that you're going to sell here in a few years, looking for a forever home to settle down in. There's a lot of people that look for homes that they want to rent out for investment to bring extra capital in their wallets. Or maybe you're just looking for a new home to match your current lifestyle because kids graduated school, maybe you're having kids or kids entering school. And look, why is this important? Is because the reason you're buying a home is going to shape everything else, from your budget to location to even the type of mortgage that you're going to get. For example, if you're looking for a home for an investment, you're going to want a place in a high demand rental market, but if this is your forever home, you're probably going to want to prioritize school districts or the community vibe over the actual resale value. So that rolls us right into step 2, which is set a realistic budget and mortgage plan. Because at the end of the day, we need to talk about your money. And look, you might want that nice 5-bedroom dream house, but one question that a lot of buyers need to ask themselves is whether or not you can afford it. And look, guys, here's what you need to do. First thing is check your savings. Do you have enough money to make that down payment? And the average down payment goes anywhere from 3.5% all the way up to 20%. If you're in the VA, you can get a 0% down payment. Know what your credit score is because a higher credit score does typically equal better mortgage rates. Get pre-approved because this is going to know exactly what lenders are willing to give you. But also you need to factor in the hidden costs such as property taxes, insurance, HOA fees, taxes, maintenance, because all of those things are going to add up. And look, guys, the experts say that your total monthly housing cost should be no more than 28 to 30% of your income. That's what's called the debt to income ratio. So for an example, if you earn $6,000 a month, a mortgage payment of under $1,800 is going to be what you're shooting for. And don't forget, you're always going to need some extra savings for those unexpected repairs and closing costs. So that brings us right in the next step, which is trying to choose the right location. Because what a lot of experts say in real estate, it's all about location, location, location. But at the end of the day, what does that really mean for you? So for example, like when you pick a neighborhood, things that you need to consider is stuff like commute time. How far are you looking from like work or school, amenities, all those things that are very important to you and your family. School districts, because at the end of the day, even if you don't have kids, being close or far from a school district can impact the resale value of your home. Look at your safety and crime rates. This is research that you as an individual has to do. Look online before you commit to that area to make sure it is what you're looking for and that you're okay with that. What is your access to amenities? Because being close to parks, grocery stores, hospitals, entertainment, how close or how far are you willing them to be away from you? And look, guys, check out the area at different times of the day, because when you look at it, a quiet street in the morning, that can also quickly turn into a traffic nightmare during rush hour as well. So step 4 is listing your must-have features. And look, guys, this is where the fun begins, but it's also where a lot of divorces can take place as well. Now, I say that jokingly because this is actually where a lot of buyers do make mistakes. And what you need to do is you need to separate your must-haves from your nice to haves list so you don't waste time looking at homes that are not necessarily right for you. And guys, look, when you look at it, some examples of must-haves is like number of bedrooms and bathrooms. So like, do you really need that 5-bedroom when you only have 2 kids? What is your home office space? Because if you work remotely, this will probably go into your must-have list. Other things to consider is like parking garage, parking spaces, but also some other non-negotiables is like the size of the home for pets or for kids as well. Now with that, nice to have examples. What you're looking at on these is stuff like, think about like buying a pool. Having a pool in your backyard is great, but are you ready for the maintenance costs and the maintenance upkeep for that pool? A lot of people like to have that man cave. They like to have that second living area. But is this something that you have to have, or is it something just a nice to have? Many people like the modern upgrades of the home. Now with that, I mean, these are things that you can look at potentially renovating and remodeling in the future, because like when you're looking at it, those go out of style as time grows as well. And look, the end of the day is be flexible, because you're probably not going to find everything in your wish list. It does happen, but more than likely not. So what you need to really focus on is what your non-negotiables are when it comes to purchasing that home. Now this brings us to our last step, which is considering what are your long-term plans. Because look guys, at the end of the day, think about what your future is. So how long do you plan to stay in the home? And the way I like to describe it, are you going to be a short-term buyer or are you going to be a long-term buyer? Now your short-term buyers are going to be typically 3 to 5 years. So what you need to look for is something that's going to have good resale value or is going to be a potential good rental in the future. Now long-term buyers are typically 10 plus years, and you want to make sure that home is going to adapt to the changes that you're going to have throughout those years. Now guys, for an example, like what I'm talking about is sometimes like with buyers like looking for that home, maybe you're elderly and want a home on acreage. My question to you is are you going to be able to keep the upkeep of the home? That's where a lot of buyers sometimes make mistakes, and they purchase this beautiful property out there, but it becomes too much for them to handle. So just make sure like you look and understand what your future is, on what you can handle and what your needs and what your wants are. All right guys, let's recap to set your realistic home buying goals. First thing, define your purpose, set your realistic budget, pick the right location, but also make sure that you have your must-haves and your nice-to-haves list out as well. And the most important things we just talked about is think about what is your future with the home. And look, here's the pro tip that I was telling you that just save you thousands of dollars. Make sure that you negotiate the closing costs with the sellers, because what many buyers do not realize is you can ask the seller to cover some or all of these costs, saving you thousands of dollars up front. And look, if this video helped, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more home buying tips, and let me know in the comments what is your biggest priority when buying a home. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And look guys, I appreciate your time to watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.